Mario boss fights. Some are very easy, others are also pretty easy, but there are some that do give you a little bit of trouble, so today we'll talk about those. I'll be going through every mainline Super Mario game and making my choice on which boss I believe is the most difficult in that game. So let's get to it. Super Mario Bros., the father of the Mario world. You have one boss and one boss only, King Koopa himself, Bowser, but you do face him 8 separate times. So I'm gonna go with the Bowser in 5-4, combining Bowser's fire with the fireball and the ceiling being in the way. This one could take a few tries. Moving on to the lost levels, we have Bowser from 8-4. Just like in the previous game, Bowser has his hammers and his fire breath again. But this level adds a flame stick and 2 pillars that hinder you from jumping over Bowser as well. This one will take you a few tries. Super Mario Bros. 2 has a lot of weird and different bosses, some that never show back up again in the franchise. I have a video on the reason why. Doki Doki Panic. That's all I'll say here. Anyway, the hardest boss, Fry Guy. He'll fly around the platforms trying to burn you. After being hit a few times, he splits into 4 little flames that you also need to defeat just to exit the level. This boss can get hot as hell. Speaking of hot as hell, one of the sexiest Mario games to ever be made, Super Mario Bros. 3. This game is full of a bunch of different Koopa bosses. My choice is definitely going to be King Koopa, or Bowser, whatever you want to call him. Avoiding the ground pound can get kind of difficult, especially if you don't have a power-up. Super Mario Land, a game I don't actually want to talk about, but I will. The hardest boss in this game is gonna have to be the final boss. Avoiding the projectiles can actually get you pretty anxious, and the cloud dude before the actual boss shows up is very clingy. Super Mario World, however, is a game that I will enjoy talking about, and what a surprise, I'm gonna go with Bowser again. Only this time he's flying around and throwing children and some big old balls at you. On top of all that, he's also spitting fire and trying to crush you by ground pounding. It's a very beatable boss, but it is for sure my choice in this game. Back to the land, Super Mario Land 2. This game's main antagonist is Wario, or Elon Musk if you will. Anyway, Wario in this fight receives power-ups and actually needs to be beaten in 3 separate stages. Regular Wario, a flying rabbit Wario, and a fire Wario. Since when do rabbits fly? Finally, a 3D game, Super Mario 64. Bosses in this game aren't very much trouble. I mean, all you do is throw Bowser at a bomb to defeat him. But I will say, Bowser in the sky is a lot harder than the rest. Having to hit the bombs 3 times just makes this one a little more difficult. Ah, the sun is shining. Super Mario Sunshine has a few bosses that can cause some problems. It was a close choice for me between the final Bowser fight and the Manta Ray. Just because I find it really annoying, I'm gonna go with the Manta Ray on this one. The fact that it splits up into probably 1,000 different pieces and leaves a trail of electric goo really solidifies this choice for me. New Super Mario Bros. DS. I lost my DS a while ago when I moved, but I will definitely have to go with the final Bowser on this one. Fighting Bowser Jr. and Bowser at the same time, the shells that Bowser Jr. throws, and the fireballs that Bowser shoots all add to why I chose this as the hardest boss in the game. Super Mario Galaxy. I have 2 words that I would like to fuse together, Boulder and Poltergeist. We have Bouldergeist, a dark ghastly creature with a rock shell. From dodging his attacks, hitting him with the bomboos, avoiding his spikes, and then him growing hands after turning into the punching bag that sits in the back of your throat. All of these things combined make this boss the most difficult in the game. And another new Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I played this game a lot, actually. I'm again gonna go with the final Bowser on this one. First, you get trolled into thinking you beat the game, and then Bowser magically turned into the biggest turtle dragon I've ever seen, after which you need to platform while avoiding his attacks. This one can get kinda nerve-wracking. Taking a trip to the second galaxy with Super Mario Galaxy 2, we have one choice that comes to mind, and that's the Gobblegut's fire form. The fact that you get hurt if you touch him and the lava pits while being on a tiny little planet really shows why I chose this one. Super Mario 3D Land. A very easy game to be honest, but I'm just gonna go with Boom Boom and Pom Pom for the sole reason you have to fight both of them at once. And they cramped you into this tiny room that isn't even fit for Harry Potter, which is the only reason why this one is difficult in the first place. The second new Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. 2. I again am just gonna go with the final Bowser on this one. After killing him, he gets revived as a giant again, only this time you stand on some platforms and try and avoid his swipes and flames as you wait for a button to appear. Super Mario Bros. U. We're finally getting a different boss. I'm gonna go with Kamek on this one. Kamek uses falling platforms and magic to try and take you out. After avoiding attacks, some more platforms appear, and you need to quickly climb them to jump on top of the boss. If you don't move quick enough, those platforms will fall and cause some chaos down below. That's why Kamek is my choice for Super Mario Bros. U. And our third to last game, and last game at the same time, Super Mario 3D World. You know what? I'm just gonna call this Bowser's Fury. If you have not 100% completed the game, I just want to say this will contain a spoiler. There is a 100% version of the Giga Bowser fight. This fight has Bowser looking extra boss-like. He's given faster attacks, and you receive a limited amount of power-ups as well. His health in this fight is a lot stronger than a typical 3-hit and done method that Nintendo usually uses. And once you beat him, the second wave starts. Fast-paced chase involving fire beams, fire rings, and a whole lot of spikes. Avoiding everything is not possible. I repeat, you will most likely get hit by something while fighting this boss. And finally, we have Super Mario Odyssey, a game with hundreds of boss fights. That might be an exaggeration, but there are still a lot. For this game, I'm going with a battle that actually has 5 different fights, but it's all in one life, and that's going to be the Brutal Tower on the Moon. From Topper with his hats that are taller than Doug Dimmadome's, Harriet with her bombs, Spirit with his vomit, and Rango with his overalls. Just kidding, with his sharp hat. All the way up to the top with the mech fight. This level actually is hard. I'm not gonna lie, my first time trying this, it took me around an hour just to reach the mech fight. This truly is a boss fight. Anyway, that's gonna do it for my list. Comment down below and tell me which bosses you would choose. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, stay thick, and have a good one. Peace.